we got to continue to stay in the mode of working hard, whether it's day before, 2 days before, whatever. We got to stay focused, and that's one thing that, as we go along, we'll learn what we can do, what we can't do, and but again, we got to maintain that focus, that edge, and maintain that chip on our shoulder.
There's a certain edge about the beginning of the season. Is that something you can use in the next 2 days, or a certain energy for it?
We have to. I mean, I don't know if it's beginning of the season, the whole season. We got to earn the respect of the league, and because everybody's coming in and look at Toronto and say, hey, look, we got a W coming up, and that's not going to happen. And so that's the chip we got to have, the 2x4 we should have on our shoulders every time we walk on the floor, is to come out and protect our home court.
Is that something you will be reminding the guys?
So just got through reminding them and telling them, and going to continue to do that for the entire season.
You pointed to a couple things for Jonas at the beginning of camp: verticality, balance. Where is he in terms of those areas? How's the camp for him overall?
He's still learning. I mean, again, his is a growing process. He's not there. He wasn't there last year. Still growing this year. Mentally, just doing it, being consistent with the verticality, because you do it one time, and then next time you do it, the officials have to know that, hey, he's going straight up every time, and that's his game. And you get that reputation, you don't get the cheap fouls. So he's got to earn that reputation of verticality, that he does not coming across and hacking and hitting the offensive player. So that's the challenge he has, is doing it every night.
What's his biggest challenge when he goes up against some of those elite defensive centers, Tyson and Marc Gasol, those types of players?
The nuances, the speed of the game, getting two hands free to go up and get two-handed rebounds, angles, not letting them catch it deep in the post, all the little bitty things that happen so fast, and with the speed of the game involved, not only did I have to stop this, I've got to get over and help if they drive on the weak side. So the game is so fast for a young player that you got to process that probably in about a 3 or 4 second period of time. And he's still learning that, and there's possessions he's great at it, and there's possessions that he has no clue what hit him. So, and again, every young player goes through it. He's going through it, and he's a work in progress. I like his approach. I like his attitude. He doesn't give up. He continues to work at it. But it's something he has to learn and has to go through.
In your system, the 5 needs to be the guy directing the defense there. So obviously it's tough, but he's still picking things up to get to that role.
Right, he does. I mean, again, he has to be the radar back in the back of seeing things, Ryan, of reading situations, and that's, you're right. The big guy has to communicate it. He's got to see it. He's got to anticipate it. And there's so much to do as a big guy, and that's why that position is so important, of him learning as fast. And again, the good thing about it, he does have a veteran. You got Cal behind him. You have Rudy, DeMar, who's been through the system, who know it. Aaron Gray helps him every day. Amir's there. So he's got help, but it makes it so much easier for everyone if he's there directing traffic, communicating, and being where he's supposed to be.
Having him gone for 2 practices now, any sense if Kyle's going to be limited in any way?
I don't see it. I mean, I'm sure it's something he has to get used to, but I don't think it's going to affect his game. It doesn't affect his feet, it doesn't affect his legs, and he's still who he is. But he just had, like anything else, anything new on your hand or whatever, he just has to get used to it.
Speaking of hands, any update on Steve's condition?
He's been full tilt, full practice. We anticipate him being ready to go. We'll see, but don't anticipate anything different, Akil. And he's shot the ball well yesterday and today, so I hope that's a good sign.
You guys were looking for consistency out of DeMar DeRozan. We know we haven't touched the regular season yet, but I mean, has he shown you at least what you need to see in the preseason?
No question, and he and Rudy are going to be our captains, so I think that's something that's really important, and he's shown the fact he's done it daily from day one of being consistent, doing what he's supposed to do, being where he's supposed to be, he and Rudy both, and that's got to continue. I mean, that's the growth process. It was interesting. I was interested to see how he reacted to one of the top defenders in the league, in Tony Allen. He met that challenge. Again, now the real McCoy starts, and that everyone's going to turn up the heat. Different defenses, double teams, blitzes, a lot of different things he's going to have to process and still continue to be productive. And again, I expect him to do it and haven't seen anything different.
You mentioned before Kyle's improvement over the course of the season and his fitness and everything. Where do you notice it manifest itself most on the floor?
Well, just his ability to do multiple things and go multiple times up and down the court and stay with the fray. I mean, not taking a possession off to catch his breath or whatever. He's in every possession. Running up and down the floor, pushes in offense, gets back in transition defense, gets in and goes for rebounds, then gets back in transition. Whereas last year he might have done one of the two or none of the two, but his conditioning is unbelievable now, and it's helped him in so many ways. His concentration, his focus, his not gambling on defense, so many things has helped him do. It's good to see.
Is it the sort of thing, I mean, we've seen him in the past be an elite defensive player and elite offensive player, but not necessarily at the same time for long stretches. Is this the sort of thing where you see him getting to that point?
No question. That's where it helps him, where he can do those things in longer stretches. I mean, he's still human. He's still going to get tired, but he'll still be able to go for longer periods of time, longer stretches, without, losing focus or without breaking down defensively or turning the ball over or missing shots he normally makes. So conditioning is so important in our league that it can't be taken for granted.
Have you got in your mind a way to keep 2 or maybe even 3 starters on the floor all the time?
Yeah, we do. Yeah, we do, Doug. Yeah. We've talked about that. We've got that down, and it'd be good if we got to get a point guard to step forward to man that position. DJ had a heck of a day today, a good day today. Dwight Bites is away working. He's got a family issue going that he's away, but he'll be in the fray. And Julian's has been solid. So, but again, we probably at most times keep 1 or 2 of our top 3 guys on the floor most of the time.
Is that difficult for you to balance those minutes when a guy comes out when he goes back in?
No, not at all. Not at all.
Every camp's important, but for a guy like Landry Fields, some extra emphasis from people on the outside on this camp. What's your assessment of how he did this year?
Landry is one of our high IQ guys. Hard cutter, can score doesn't need plays called for him, cuts to the basket, one of our top rebounders, ball handler. He's multifaceted. I mean, he does so many good things for us, and he's continued to do that. I think he's playing with a lot more confidence now. He's doing so many things that you take for granted, loose balls, making plays on the fast break, things that you don't see in the box score.